Welcome to the Stoic Quotient. You end your day drained, staring at your screen time with a familiar sense of defeat. You promise tomorrow will be different, but the cycle repeats, and that nagging helplessness just grows. You blame the phone, the inbox, the constant noise of the world. But what if the phone isn't the real enemy? A Stoic master like Marcus Aurelius would say it's just a symptom. The real problem is an internal weakness you've been feeding for years. And all these modern distractions, they're its favorite meal. Today, we're going to learn how to starve it for good. It's easy to think our world is uniquely distracting, but the ancient Stoics lived in their own chaos. The Roman Forum was a non-stop storm of merchants, politicians, and gossip. From that chaos, they built some of the most powerful tools for inner peace ever known. They understood a fundamental truth we've forgotten. Distraction isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you allow inside. The Stoics believed that a mind run by impulse, by weakness, actively looks for distraction. It craves the escape of constant noise because it's terrified of the silence required for self-accountability. So, this isn't about simple productivity hacks or another digital detox. We're going to uncover 3 timeless Stoic ideas that show us why our inner weakness craves distraction and how we can starve it at the root. The first idea comes from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. He called it the inner citadel. Think of your mind as a fortress. A storm can rage outside, but inside, there is calm, safety, and order. Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the bedrock of Stoic philosophy. The world outside will always be chaotic. The real distraction comes from our choice to leave the gates of our mind wide open. A weak mind has no walls. Every passing opinion, every news alert is allowed to rush in and leave a mess. This is why we feel so scattered. We're letting our minds be occupied by invaders. The weakness isn't that your phone pinged, it's the desperate hope that the ping holds something more important than what you're doing right now. Building your inner citadel is daily practice. It means noticing an impulse without immediately acting on it. It's seeing a notification, feeling that pull, and consciously choosing to deny it entry. Every time you do that, you're laying another stone in the wall. You are training yourself to be the gatekeeper of your own mind. The distraction is the test. The strength is realizing the fight has always been an inside job. So you have your fortress. How do you decide what's worth defending? This leads to the most practical Stoic weapon, the dichotomy of control. This principle from the philosopher Epictetus is how you defend your citadel. Epictetus taught that everything in life falls into 2 categories: things you can control and things you can't. What can you control? Your thoughts, your judgments, your choices, that's it. What's out of your control? Basically everything else. The weather, the stock market, what other people think of you. For a Stoic, weakness is spending your life trying to control the uncontrollable. It's the root of all anxiety, and it's why distraction has such a powerful grip on us. When you get furious at a pop-up ad or keep refreshing your feed hoping for a like, you're aiming your most precious resource, your attention, at things you cannot change. It's the definition of wasted energy. The philosopher Seneca wrote his most profound work right above a noisy Roman bathhouse. He couldn't stop the noise, but he could control his judgment of the noise, treating it as nothing more than background sound. That is our job today. We can't control the existence of addictive websites, but we have absolute power over our choice to click, to scroll, to engage. The weak mind thinks focus means finding a quiet room. The strong Stoic mind knows focus means ruthlessly choosing where to place its attention. It starves distraction by taking responsibility for its own appetite. This brings us to the final and most powerful Stoic secret: memento mori. Remember, you will die. To our modern ears, that sounds depressing. But to the Stoics, it was the ultimate tool for clarity and urgency. It was the ultimate cure for a life wasted on unimportant things. Seneca put it bluntly, it's not that our life is short, but that we waste so much of it. From this perspective, distraction is not a harmless escape. It is theft. Every hour you lose to mindless scrolling is an hour stolen from the finite time you have to exist. Weakness is forgetting how little time you have. It's acting as if your days are infinite and so you treat them as if they're worthless. When you truly sit with the reality of your own death, the trivial things that pull at your attention are exposed for what they are: meaningless noise. The approval of strangers online becomes laughably absurd. Why? Because your time suddenly becomes sacred. Marcus Aurelius would tell himself, do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life. This isn't about being reckless. It's about filling every single action with purpose. Would you waste the last hour of your life scrolling a feed? You would focus only on what is essential. An untrained mind hides from this reality and triviality. Memento mori frees you. Ask yourself, is this worth a piece of my life? If the answer is no, you let it go and starve the weakness that clings to it. So now we see the real pattern. The problem was never the phone. The true fight has always been, and will always be, inside you. First, you build your inner citadel, realizing that true peace comes from mastering your own mind. Next, you defend it with the dichotomy of control, aiming your energy only at what is yours to command, your choices and your actions. And finally, you light the way with memento mori, using the simple truth of your limited time to burn away everything that is trivial. Your phone and your notifications aren't your enemies. They are spotlights. They simply expose the pre-existing weakness. They reveal how unguarded your inner citadel is and how easily you've forgotten how precious your time really is. Don't just put your phone in another room. Become the kind of person who can sit with it right there and feel no need to unlock it. Strengthen your mind. Take back your focus. Starve the weakness. When you do that, you don't just beat distraction. You reclaim your life. If you're ready to keep building your inner strength, watch our next video on the Stoic practice of negative visualization. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more timeless wisdom to help you navigate the chaos of the modern world. Thanks for watching the Stoic Quotient.